Brolectathon! Brolectathon!
Welcome to our playthrough of Muppet Monster Adventure, a game which I would bet money that you've not heard of before.
Somebody has to have.
Okay, I guess
somebody has to be searching this to find it.
I guess it's true. Or maybe they saw Banjo-Kazooie and went, I wonder what else these guys play. Oh, the only other game on their channel, Muppet Monster Adventure.
That's a good point.
So, do you want me to quickly explain what this game is?
You can do it during this opening cutscene.
Okay. Oh no, the opening cutscene sets up the whole game. It doesn't make any sense
We
without
didn't put
it.
smoothing on. Just realised.
Whoa, okay, hang on. Smoothing. There we go.
We're on PS3. If anyone's wondered,
Yep.
I mean, if you really wondered at that point,
Pay attention to this where they're going, because it'll explain where the levels may or may not take place in the future. I only picked up on this recently.
Russia, China. Is that it? That's their map. Russia and China.
Russia, China, exotic ports of call, and India as well.
What's wrong with Foggy Bear?
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. That's
Look, like how weird. Right, how weird is this? They made a cutscene with like full realistic lighting, but they've used like low poly models from the game. Look how weird Kermit's arms are. They're like 4 polygons.
This game has not aged well.
No. The actual game.
Oh my god.
Like the gameplay actually looks much better than this.
Jesus. Do you know what's even weirder? I don't know why this is so weird to me, but seeing puppets without the hands in them or anything, and
Yeah, it's weird.
like look at Kirby. He's like got a round body. It's like you'd never expect that from like, because he's like the most obvious hand puppet ever. Like,
Yeah, but there is points in the movie where they have like a shot where he's sat on a bench and you can see his whole body, but it is kind of weird.
and they got that guy without the eyes. I always forget his name, but
Dr. Bunsen?
yeah, he has no eyes ever.
So we've kind of been talking over it, but basically the plot line is Dr. Bunsen's uncle died and he has a castle, and they said, hey, come visit the castle and you can inherit it. Basically.
Nice. And it's all about the least liked Muppets character.
Yeah, I don't know, I like Robin, but that's probably because I grew up playing this game.
Nobody else has heard of Robin. I'm like 100% sure of that.
Yeah, I think
Unless you've watched Muppets Christmas Carol, and I haven't.
he was in Treasure Island as well, right?
I've never seen that. I don't really like the Muppets.
Okay. Well, good news is you don't have to like this game, but if you do, it makes it better.
Like, I think it's obvious I don't like Muppets when I said Foggy Bear,
Yeah.
which I think is something completely different. I'm trying to think what it is.
There's Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch. Maybe that's what you meant.
Or Foggy from Daredevil.
Oh yeah, of course.
But he's not really a bear, so...
Okay, and this part is basically just saying everywhere's gone evil and all of the other popular Muppets were kidnapped.
Why is his, like, second finger bigger than his first?
Because he's got like fingers stuck together.
Oh, look at that.
It's weird. But basically, yeah, like they've made this glove and this backpack which just so happens to only fit, as he said there.
Brilliant.
It's just like, oh, yeah,
Just
sorry by
happens
the
to
way.
fit you.
So he got so scared that he fainted, and they were like, oh yeah, he seems like the dude for the job. Let's give him a backpack and a glove and send him out.
Yeah, true. Why would they pick the one guy that would be like the pussy, basically?
I have no idea.
You know what? This is not just this game. This is most video games. But why do they pick the like youngest character to be their superhero?
I guess because it's in a game aimed at kids, they're like, okay, let's make it the person the kids can mostly relate to. I don't know.
Like, if you've ever played Zelda or Ocarina of Time, which I know you have,
Mm-hmm.
and if people who are watching this haven't, which if you're that one person in the world that hasn't, okay, fine. But like, they literally, the Great Digatry, he's like, oh, look after my child for me, like the mother of Link, whoever she is, and he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And then like when he turns like 10 or something, he's like, all right, you're old enough to leave now, get out. And
Yeah, I got your back. Oh, great, I'm glad that bitch is gone. Listen, Link, get out.
now you're 10, you're a fully grown boy, so get the fuck out and.
Just go and like kill some wizard or some shit. Get out. I'm gonna die now. Bye.
It's like that is not even like that's Wind Waker as well. The same as that. Like his grandma, she's like, oh, you're old enough now to go out and be a man at 11.
Yeah, go save your sister. Bye. Have some soup.
Yeah, shouldn't even seem that concerned. I know she's somewhat concerned, but.
Alright, okay, so we're into gameplay. This is the hub, and basically it's like a level select. So it's not like Banjo where you've got like a big overworld. But the thing This game is basically, if you took Banjo-Kazooie and Spyro and put them in a big mixing pot, that would be this game.
Sounds like it's actually weird because every time we played Banjo-Kazooie we kept talking about Spyro.
Yeah, so this game is like...
Do you want to load it up?
Yes, I will do. I just wanted to explain, like, these are all levels. So there's like a lot of levels, and where you've got like Muppet heads, they're bosses.
So they're not technically levels.
No, so they're not technically levels. I don't know. I think there's like 15 main levels plus the bosses. I think. I guess you could count this if you really wanted to, but I don't.
You could do this what, like insanely fast?
I would imagine so. Yeah, I've played this game more times, probably more times than I've played Banjo.
Well, we got like another. I mean, I don't know what our time limit for each episode is, if we have a time limit at all.
Just put like, I don't know, I guess just when the level ends.
Yeah, so the thing is with that, what happens if like a level takes us like half an hour?
I guess we'll split it halfway.
Yeah, I think 15 minutes is a good size, but we could get through this in probably before 10-minute mark, which is fine.
Yeah. So basically, right, these stars are evil energy. You have to clear the more evil energy you collect, the greater like your power becomes, and then you can unlock other levels. And then there's also bear with me because it gets even less logical than that. Then there's I'm trying to think what they're called, Muppet tokens. Actually, I don't think I need to talk to any of these people yet. Yeah, there's Muppet tokens, and they unlock bosses, and you can only unlock. Oh yeah, and there's also these, which when you collect them, collect 4 of them, like he's explaining, and they unlock extra powers.
Superpowers.
Yeah, so you get most of your like powers in this level, but you do collect a few more in the next couple, and then they kind of gave up with that idea and went, okay, that's all we're doing now.
Well, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie was the same.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They only had like powers for like upgrades up until Mad Monster Mansion, which is, in all fairness, like the 6th or 7th level in the game, but
yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Well, there's no morphing in. Well, okay, there is morphing, but not in the way Banjo works it. Oh yeah, and back there as well, basically those collectible things are like Spyro. Some can be zapped, which is basically flame breath, and some can be span out, which is basically charge, but it's Crash Bandicoot spinning.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool amalgamation of other PS1 games of its time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably like what you'd consider a hidden gem.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like most people who I've shown this game to who have never played it are surprised that it wasn't ever popular. That's my phone going off. How professional. Right, okay.
What is the sound from on your phone?
Back to the Future.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that. I think I probably did know that.
So there's bonus letters as well, and you collect all of the bonus. Oh, I know I missed
You only
one.
got onus.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you collect bonus, and that it's basically they're the Jinjos of this game. So you collect 5 bonus letters, and that explodes a thing and gives you a. So instead of like in Banjo where you rescue all of them, it gives you an instant Jiggy. On this, it explodes a box somewhere on the level, so you have to backtrack to get it.
So, I mean, it's pretty formulaic.
Oh yeah, every level is basically like the same thing, but the beauty of it is like the levels are so well put together that it doesn't get boring. That could be nostalgia talking, but there we go.
The only thing I think that is an issue with when it comes to like normal licensed games now, especially, like they're always shit. Especially in like PS2 era, a licensed game it's just the worst thing ever. Whereas in PS1, most licensed games were good, and I don't know if that's because they were like, you know what, we're not going to do anything near the game, the film or the game where
Yeah, I guess they kind of fix that now with Disney Infinity, where they.
Oh, that now.
Yeah, so once you've got all of the amulet pieces, you unlock an ability. So that top right thing tells you can use it. So you press triangle and you morph into like that monster. So each Muppet turned into a monster. Fozzie's turned into a werebear, which
Hey,
makes.
you're seeing through the wall there.
Yeah, well that's good old PS1. But yeah, so you morph into a wolf that can climb.
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense that he would be a werebear because were means man, so he's a man bear.
Man bear pig.
Man bear pig. But so, and it would make more sense for him to be called the beowulf instead of like werewolf. That would have been. I don't understand why they picked that, but either way, whatever.
You just missed the coin.
Yeah, I didn't want to get it. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, when you get those, it teleports you to the short tutorial area to use it. So you kind of want to collect everything around the area before you get that, because otherwise you get teleported.
That's pretty cool.
If you were trying to speedrun it, I mean.
Yeah, I remember we did try and speedrun it, and you did leave. You accidentally got one a bit too early.
Yeah.
It does look a lot like Spyro.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. It's definitely like heavily inspired by that.
I was gonna try and avoid talking about Spyro 2 this time as well, because I talked about it a lot in Banjo. But I finished it now, so I was like, I don't need to talk about it anymore, it's fine. But obviously, it's still good to talk about it.
Yeah. And this is the one that makes least sense, because he's basically they're saying, oh, you're a frog, so you can't swim underwater. But now you've got all of these extra powers, suddenly you're allowed to swim underwater by becoming a muck monster. So it's basically like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Can frogs swim really well? I thought.
Yeah, of course they can, they're amphibians.
Yeah, I'm sure, but why do they always jump on lily pads then if they're so good at swimming?
I don't know, I guess as tadpoles they swim underwater more.
You know, I keep thinking that there's gonna be like a little dragonfly just pick up those for you.
Yeah, they like luckily they like you get close to them and they suck into you, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
This definitely looks like Spyro swimming.
yeah, pretty much, and it's actually the swimming mechanics I would say are actually slightly better than Banjo's.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, to be honest, Banjo's swim mechanics, they're not as good as people may think, because it took me a good few years to get really used to them. And that's kind of crazy to think it took a couple of years to get good at controls.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, I guess that was like the second time that swimming was ever implemented like that, so it's kind of forgivable.
When I was younger, I actually used to be really scared of the, you know, right at the start in Grunty's, before you go to Inspire Mountain. I'm trying to think of what I was saying there. Yeah, Inspire Mountain, there's a honeycomb piece underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to dread that when I was younger because of how like the swimming was so hard to use at the time. But now I'm really good at swimming for some reason.
I'm taking it that the Jinjo underneath the Treasure Trove Cove bridge was a no-go for you then.
Well, it used to be really hard, but as you can kind of tell from when we played it recently, I can do it kind of quick.
So here, the severed head of Robin on a star, that's your checkpoint. So if you die, you spawn back there instead of at the beginning of the level.
That's kind of cool. I don't really get why games have checkpoints so much. I guess because a lot of, especially PS1 games, were very narrow.
Yeah, I think like nowadays checkpoints just happen and you spawn back there and you don't know about it. So I quite like that in this it's very obviously like visually obvious where.
Yeah, well, the same with Spyro, but like Banjo doesn't have checkpoints. It just, if you die, you start back at the beginning of the level.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think Banjo's levels were much more like an open sandbox, whereas the levels in this game are a lot more linear.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with like Spyro as well. Everyone talks about like how like it's really good for roaming the worlds. It's not really good for roaming because they are very linear.
Yeah, they tend to like cross over a lot, so it feels like a sandbox. But yeah, like when you play through the level, it's basically like you start at A and end at B, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like a difference.
Well, you've got a level in your game similar to that, like sort of theme as well.
Yeah, I kind of
the ice level. Have you still got that one?
Yeah. I like the idea of mixing it up, so having some levels that are like really open and some levels that are not quite so open. So it's like best of both worlds.
Yeah, because your pirate level is definitely an open world one. There's no like right or wrong path to take, but the ice level definitely is. There is like a very clear straight path to traverse through. There are like offcuts as well, just like on Spyro and that, but
yeah, I guess that's
very PS1 orientated type.
Yeah,
that's why I like your game like that, but I do think it feels more like a Spyro-y Crash Bandicoot type game than a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah, which I think serves me well, especially with the ukulele coming out. People are like, well, what makes yours different? So I guess that's a way to make it different.
Yeah, well, you know what, I don't know if this is a compliment to you or not, but I think it is. It feels a lot like Ty Tasmanian Tiger, especially the ice level.
Yeah, okay, I'll take this as a compliment. I like Ty.
It was a good game.
And for the first one. I'm assuming you mean the first one.
No, I don't mean any of the others. But it was like actually a really popular game as well, like with a lot of people who have played it. It's got quite a devoted fan base.
Yeah, it seems like not many people played it, but those that did really liked it.
I don't know why they changed the formula, like especially when they did. So what's the Kermit heads for?
So they're Muppet tokens, and they unlock like the bosses.
Oh, okay.
So like you can't get to a next, like there are kind of distinct world themes for like you get 3 or 4, I think it's 4 levels in a theme, and then you hit a boss, and once you've hit the boss, like the rest of the levels are themed around that boss.
The only thing that I don't like about this game, I gotta say, is the health. You should have picked up those 2 stars
yeah,
first. Right. It's the health. I don't like the health. because it's just a heart that you have to then like chase around.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah, I
rather
guess
like
that's
you
true.
kill the bad guy, health popped out of them, or something.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Or even just like Banjo, where you knock over some like thing and it's there.
At least they put eyes on it.
Yeah, I mean I don't mind it. I'm not saying it's awful, but I don't like the idea of it like myself.
So there's our not so Spyro glide ability.
It does kind of feel more. Actually, that's a lot like Tide has been in Tiger's glide ability.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Which
So
is good.
I'm gonna show you the first secret of the game.
Maybe we should play through Ty.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we definitely should, because I've never played through all of that.
Oh, I have definitely played through all of it.
Right, so the first secret of the game is over here.
Oh yeah, there's like actual secrets in there.
Yeah, there's like,
This is something that a lot of games are missing these days.
yeah, this is like a crazy amount of secrets in this that you wouldn't even like. That's the cool thing as well. When you complete a level the first time, you get these evil energy stars out of enemies. But if you come back and you kill the same enemies again, you get Muppet coins.
Yeah, which give you concept art, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can spend those in the gallery and you unlock concept art, but you also unlock video clips that show you secrets in the game that you might have missed.
I know there is a real bullshitty secret. I don't know if it's in the next level or what.
Oh, I think it's like 2 or 3 levels down the road.
We'll talk about that when we get to it. But when
Yeah.
I played through that level before, when I was with you and one of our other friends, and you were both laughing like because I couldn't find this one secret, and then I nearly found it, and you both went, "Oh!"
Yeah, because
Like the excitement.
there is no way that you would figure that out without like either someone telling you or you watching that video. Like there is no way.
I was so close to it, and you were both like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, you're actually going to do it. You're the first person in history to find that. So yeah, that's kind of bullshit. And there's another area like that in the game as well. I'll just tell you where it is now because I don't know how much of this game we'll play. I guess.
We'll probably play all. I think we could play through all this.
Okay, alright, well I'll keep it a secret then.
Yeah, I definitely think this would be a good one to play through all of. Because
So-
especially as you've played all through it before and you're not bored of it yet.
Oh,
These extra
yeah.
lives.
Yeah, so these extra lives. So that switch we triggered that was the secret. Unlock these, so you smash jars and you get extra life.
See, why not just do the normal health like that as well? Just jars.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I quite like that the health moves away from you because it means if you're just running through an area, you don't accidentally pick it up.
That's true. I don't know if you ever played a game called Tomba, but like I said there is an issue with that.
So that's the 2D platform with the pink-haired caveman.
Yeah, I was playing through it yesterday.
That's a really good game, but damn, if you want to get hold of that, it's expensive.
I got it on PSN Store.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, so there are these little mini games.
Oh man, this is this is very Spyro-y as well. It's just, I mean, I know it's saying Spyro-y, but more it's just more PS1 platformer.
Yeah. It's like this game is absolutely like the archetype of like all of the tropes of this genre, but I don't know. It's just so well put together, and I guess it's a lot of it for me is nostalgia because it was like the game I played most when I was young.
Alright, there's 2 ways you could do these sort of things. Like you could do it like this, where you've got everything you need, but you still did a good game,
Yeah.
like following formula. And I think that's the same with Toy Story, the Toy Story 2 game.
Yep, except from the last boss.
Yeah, well, yeah. That. But then, I mean, Crash Bandicoot 2, same thing.
Yeah, I guess it's all time constraints, isn't it?
But then, like, you could do it the opposite way, where you could have, like, a fun game that follows a formula, but it just feels really empty, like the new Super Mario Bros. Games.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in on paper they were perfect, and it's exactly what people want, but it isn't because it doesn't quite.
Did you just do this race twice?
No, just once.
Okay, I don't remember what it was. There's a game I played. I think it's a lot of Spyro games. You do a race, and then it's like, oh yeah, to get the other one, do the race again.
Harder this time. Yeah, they did that with the skateboarding mini games as well, where it was like, oh, you beat the course record, nice, do it again.
I hate that so much. Like, just it is lazy. That is lazy game making, and there's no way you can like deny it. Like, I don't think anyone denies it, to be honest. But
Okay, so here's another thing this game does a lot is references.
Waka Waka where there?
So he's singing like "Here Comes the Sun," and then like he makes reference to like the Beatles and Indiana Jones and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's pretty cool.
Wait, how many sunflowers you? Oh, okay.
5.
I was going to say, if there was just the climbing the one, that is a kind of an easy mini game.
And I think a lot of people would see this and be like, "Oh, everything has eyes on it. Oh, that's definitely like inspired by Banjo." But actually, I think Banjo was inspired by the Muppets because, like, not this game obviously, but the Muppets in general. Because if you ever watch like the Muppet Show or any of the movies, everything has eyes.
Yeah.
Like the Swedish chef makes food out of like living Muppet food, like a block of cheese with eyes and stuff. So I think I guess Rare was actually inspired by the Muppets, which would make sense.
Yeah, well, they would have been the right age for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So I guess it comes full circle.
but then we're not the right age for Muppets, really, which is weird that you like the Muppets.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. But then they've had that reboot since Disney bought them out, and so now they're relevant again.
Yeah, that's true. Are we done this level?
Yep, 100% complete. So now I just got to sprint to the end.
Oh.
No, I didn't do that in speedrunning order. There is a better way of doing that, but I figured it makes more sense to do it like as intended.
I mean, you're not actually the top speedrunner, but technically you are, aren't you, the top speedrunner? Right?
I've never seen anyone beat it as quick as I have. But then I guess it's not exactly like I've never seen anyone. I don't think there is a speedrun. I've never seen a speedrun out there.
We could always try and film a speedrun. Then that way you're not just like saying you can do it.
Oh no guys, definitely. I swear I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So then at the end of each level, there's like this pad thing, and if you stand on it, you get taken away. And that's it. That's how every level works.
That's very Clive-like.
Yeah, this game totally rips off that game that isn't even out yet.
Well, I mean, if anything, this probably was the biggest inspiration of your game, right?
Mm.
This has to be.
Oh, most definitely. When I started Clive, it was basically like a clone of this, and then it became its own thing.
I do remember a lot of the placeholders you had at the time were assets from this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then, I mean, until you figure out what you want, what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I was like, start out with a basis, and then like start with a skeleton and put stuff on it, and eventually, like, it became what it is. But
I do like. Oh shit, we need to end this episode.
oh yeah, okay.
Okay, well.
That was the first episode, and now we're going to be going to the next one that you definitely haven't seen this level yet. Close your eyes.
Okay, I'm going to turn this way. Is there anything this way?
Yeah, just a door.
Okay, see you guys next time. Bye. Just waving. Bye.